I feel like whenever I flat iron someone's hair in the salon, the first thing they say is that they want to know why they can't get the same results that I give them in the salon at home. So I decided this video would be the best way to show you guys how to get the salon flat iron at home. So I just really roughly blow dry my hair. I tried to keep some of the wave in it because I know that realistically speaking, most people are going to just quick blow dry their hair and then flat iron over top of it. Now professionally, I would blow dry my hair straight first, as straight as I can get it, and then flat iron over top of it. That's one way that you're going to get it really nice and smooth and straight. However, I just know that you guys won't do that. So for this tutorial, I'm going to just start with it really wavy and then work up from there. So the number one thing that you want to remember is you have to work in sections. There's just no other way around it. If you just take all of your hair all at once, it's not going to be perfectly straight and it's not going to be nice and smooth. So by sectioning, I take about this much hair on my head, and that's quite a bit by a lot of hairdresser standards. They would probably tell you to do a little bit less, but I feel like if you're using a good tool, if you're using good product, you can get away with flat ironing a little bit more hair at one time. So, really quick, for products I use the AVEDA glossing straightener, and that's it. I just use like a big pea size amount of that, ran that through my hands, put it in my hair, and then just rough dried my hair. So what I do is I kind of split my hair down the middle, and I get one piece on one side, one piece on the other side. And what I do is with a comb, I comb through it, hold my hair out, using a flat iron. This is my GHD Flat Iron. I set it as close to my scalp as possible, and then slowly work it down. Like that. And I do that probably 2 times on these bottom parts because they're kind of tricky. So again, to the root. And you want to flat iron in a downward motion. So keep your head like up and down, because a lot of people will pull their head to the side like this and then flat iron kind of down into gravity. But if you think about it, if you're going like this, you're thinking you're going down, but you're not, because in all actuality, you're pulling it straight out from your head. So then I take the next kind of chunk of hair, flat iron through that, and pull it down. Okay? And then, if you look from the back, this is where the kind of tricky part is. You're going to have a kink from where you had the 2 flat iron sections. So I take a little bit from both sides. This is just like insurance, so you don't have to do this, but this is how you would get that perfectly straight look. Come to the back and pull your hair nice and tense and run the flat iron down. Then you're going to let down a little bit more hair. So I'm sorry if this video seems redundant at all, but I'm going to show you from start to finish with hopefully not having to edit anything out in between, just so you can see that it's, you're really able to do it yourself. So hold the hair out, the flat iron in. It's okay if you go out from your head right here, but make sure that when you get like about 3 inches out from your hair and down, that you're really taking it straight down into gravity and keeping it close to your body. So super straight. In my opinion, there is kind of a advantage to blow drying your hair kind of fuzzy at first, because what that allows you to do is you can feel the places that are still crazy. Like you can feel the places that are really curly or really fuzzy, so you can just go more by feel than you have to actually look at it. So now I'm taking all of this at once. And then just to seal the deal, I kind of go all over this side, and then I go over this side again. Another thing that I guess I do is I have a comb here that has the fine teeth and the wide teeth, and I get better luck, I guess, when I use the fine teeth of the comb as opposed to the wide teeth. You get more tension, so it makes it more straight. And I normally take the pieces around my face and just do a little bit smaller section, because the flat iron is not going to burn you. Most of them have guards on them, but the heat is really intense, so around my face I just like to take it in a smaller piece to make sure that it doesn't get too hot across my cheek. And then I kind of just in the back here, I just pull it as tight as I can, give it a lot of tension, and then just go straight down with it. If you were to be taking really small sections, and by small I mean like a half an inch to an inch sections, you wouldn't have to keep it as tense because you're not having to worry about the heat distributing through. So by pulling it, it's kind of just giving it a little extra straightening power, I guess. So like that. So I'm kind of just feeling through to make sure that I have everything flat ironed. I do all of this by feel at this point. I don't check anything until like the very, very end. So this top part is the part that I am most concerned with. So instead of taking big chunks, I always do about inch sections. Because I mean, if you get the bottom all like 98% straight, just have a few little problems, and then these top sections you get absolutely perfectly pinned straight, nobody is going to be able to see your little imperfections on the bottom. I think what happens a lot of the time though is because you start from the bottom, you get really excited to have super perfect straight hair, and so all the like perfect pieces or good pieces are all along the bottom and you don't even see that, so you kind of just wasted your time. So that's why when I flat iron my hair, I just get through this bottom stuff and then really make sure that the top is perfect. So yes, it is a little bit lazier, but it saves you Probably saves you like 5 minutes, so not that much time, but enough for me in the morning. So that's about my section there. I think I might have my friend who has really curly hair, see if she wants to come over and do a video with me, because, and I'll just teach her how to do it, if she's willing to do that, because I'm wondering if I just kind of know how to do this because, I mean, I do it all day long, so hopefully this will help you, but, maybe in the future I'll have, like, a novice, so somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing in regards to straightening their hair and kind of talk it through. What I'm kind of doing here is this is my last section, so I'm not really like parting it again by any means, but I'm just kind of taking my comb, putting it on my scalp, and combing about an inch, and then flicking my comb up, because that pretty much makes a section for me. So if I wanted it just a half an inch, I would kind of go across my scalp in a half an inch, pick up, and then I would have about a half an inch section. So that's what I'm doing. Another key to getting a really good flat iron is when I say keeping even tension, I kind of mean that in a couple of different ways. So you want to have even tension with you actually pulling your hair with your hand or with the comb. You also want to have even pressure, I guess, on the flat iron, because you don't want to be going through with a little bit of pressure and then squeezing down, because that's when you get those lines. So just try to keep everything as consistent as possible to keep it uniform without lines and just perfectly polished straight. Alright, and now to finish up the back. So I really make sure that I kind of do an extra little football shaped section, I guess. And I take this section and I make sure that I get this really nice and straight, because this is the part I feel like people kind of look at the most. So they'll look at the hair around your face firstly, but when you turn around, the way they kind of judge your hair is from that top section right from the crown. So if you think that you can get away with not looking at the back, you might want to think again. So basically, I'm just pulling this hair out, tilting my head down so I can see in the mirror, and then pulling straight up with it at the root, and then coming down in the back with it. Then I'm going to take all this. So tipping my chin down, my mirror is right here in front of me, and flat ironing that, changing my elevation, and coming down with it. and then just kind of smoothing through. So at this point, I will take a mirror and kind of look at what I did in the back. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. So the final thing that I'll do is I will take a product like a smoothing lotion or fluid. This is a smoothing fluid by AVEDA. I'll take a couple pumps of that, rub it in my hands so it's evenly distributed from the palms all the way to my fingertips on both hands. And I literally, from here down, kind of just squish my hair through it. For me, I'm trying to grow my hair out, so I should probably cut off more of my ends that I'm willing to part with, but that's okay because I know that. So I really have to make sure that I put some product to seal the ends to make sure that it doesn't look fuzzy, and that throughout the day it doesn't kind of get wavy again because my hair is naturally curly wavy. So I hope that helped you guys. If you do have any further questions, feel free to comment below, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye!